Think back to the last time you said yes to a favor when your body was screaming for rest, simply because disappointing someone terrified you. You bend over backwards to keep everyone happy, yet you feel hollowed out and invisible. You are carrying a weight that was never yours to bear, and your own needs are vanishing in the process. Many of us operate under the assumption that biblical love requires constant availability and self-erasure. Scripture actually presents a much different standard for our time and energy. We are going to uncover 4 specific, escalating signs that diagnose a people pleaser. Pay close attention to the 4th sign. It represents the most dangerous trap of all, and it requires a specific biblical shift to reclaim your peace. This chronic exhaustion simply signals misaligned boundaries. God offers a way to lift that burden and realign your life with His priorities today. Sign number 1 is the capacity crisis. You have a habit of giving away your time, your energy, and your peace until you are running on fumes. False guilt often creeps in when you try to rest. We mistakenly believe that loving our neighbor means allowing ourselves to be consumed by their every demand. Look at Jesus in Mark chapter 1. Crowds were actively seeking Him, desperate for His help. Yet Jesus walked away from those valid, pressing needs to stay faithful to the specific mission God gave Him. Healthy boundaries are an act of biblical stewardship. You are taking responsibility for the heart, time, and calling God entrusted to you. Sign number 2 is emotional debt. You feel a surge of anxiety the moment a friend is upset or a family member has a bad day, believing it is your personal job to fix their internal state. We must distinguish between helping someone through a temporary crushing crisis and trying to carry their permanent responsibilities. Paul clarifies in Galatians 6:5 that each person should carry their own daily load. Service without these clear distinctions inevitably decays. Well-meaning efforts turn into a cycle of emotional debt and growing resentment. Sign number 3 is fake peace. You stay quiet during conflict or hide your true convictions just to keep those around you comfortable. Ephesians 4:15 calls for something more courageous, speaking the truth in love. Honesty without grace can be harsh, but love that refuses to speak the truth is merely a compromise. Jesus demonstrated this with the rich young ruler. He spoke a difficult truth, and when the man chose to walk away, Jesus let him go. He refused to negotiate the truth just to keep a follower. The final stage is the identity crisis, where fear of rejection overwhelms following God. You make choices based on social applause. But Galatians 1:10 asks, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? People-pleasing stems from an identity crisis. It is the result of letting human validation take the place that only divine approval should hold. The ultimate cure is internalizing that your worth was definitively settled at the cross. Because Jesus already secured your acceptance, the exhausting psychological drive to earn it from others loses its power. God's love remains anchored in your status as His child. It is independent of your service record or how many people you manage to keep happy today. Freedom replaces the fear of rejection with the clarity of God's wisdom. You can now love others from a place of overflow rather than a place of survival. You have permission to show up authentically. You can establish clear boundaries that allow you to serve faithfully without needing the crowd to clap for you. You are free to love others without losing yourself. You are no longer fighting for victory. You are fighting from the victory that Christ has already won.
'Cause we